spaces in Sydney. Robert Crocity is the co-creator of something called Parkhound, and he joins us. Hello, welcome to Mornings, Robert.
Hi Angela, brilliant to be with you.
Oh, very, very good. Well, this is a great idea, and I know exactly where the idea came from because, like you, I'm sure, I drive around sometimes where it's impossible to find a spot on the street, but you see people with driveways or with parking spots under blocks of units or businesses that are closed on the weekend, and you're desperate to park in those spots, but it's illegal and it says no parking, no parking. Is that, in fact, where the idea came from?
It did, actually. We were driving around trying to get to a footy game and trying to be there on time for the start of the game. And we couldn't find a car park, and we saw driveways and car spaces, like you said, that were empty, and we thought, wouldn't it be awesome if we could knock on the door and offer a small fee to park in the driveway just for a few hours? And then the idea struck, I guess, and we've, gone on to make a website, an online marketplace where people can do exactly that. They can list their driveway or their garage, and other people looking for car parks can go on and offer to rent them for a period of time.
Fantastic. So, Robert, it's not necessarily for one-off parking needs, but rather for sort of regular weekly ones. Would that be right?
We're doing a lot of regular weekly ones, or while you're at work on a 6-week or a 12-week contract. But we hope to be able to offer any need from a few hours, from a few months. And right now, I guess we're getting lots of inquiries for once-offs as well. But we need more driveways and more garages. So if you're listening out there, if you're driving around Sydney and your driveway or garage is all lonely by itself, it could be making money for you. So go on to parkhound.com.au and list it. And you never know, someone might be willing to pay for your next holiday.
How much? How much could I rent out my driveway or garage for?
Well, I guess it's a free market place, so you're able to list at whatever price you like, and people will offer you what they think it's worth. We've been, kind of the average we've been doing in Sydney is about $79 a week, but we've had a few contracts at, less than $50, and there's some very high demand areas in Sydney at, over $100 a week. So it just depends on the location and I guess the type of space you've got.
Yeah, so which suburbs are in most demand, or which areas of Sydney are in most demand?
The usual suspects in Sydney, Ultimo and Pyrmont, Surrey Hills, they're, and Bondi, they're the high demand areas. But even in the west, we've had lots of inquiries towards Parramatta and also near the airport in Mascot. But really, we've had searches, people wanting car parks all the way from Newcastle to Canberra. So there's lots of in-demand areas all around New South Wales.
Right. So I think if I've got a driveway or a car park that's vacant during the day because I go off somewhere else to work and it's in demand, it's free for me to list it on your website or on your app. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. We've had a few people that do exactly that. They know they're going to be at work from 8 till 6, so they list it only available from 8 till 6, and that works perfectly because, the theory is that there's enough spaces out there. It's just about utilising it correctly. We don't need to be knocking down any more parks and making car, lots, but if we use the spaces we've already got, maybe we can solve the parking problem in Sydney.
Yes, well, I think it's a very good idea, Robert. I've often thought about that myself. So the website is Parkhound?
It's parkhound.com.au, and we've got an app coming out soon. It's going to be in the iPhone App Store very soon, so have a look out for that. We've been really pleased with the response in Sydney and on social media, on Twitter and Facebook. So pleased in the last year in our first year, we're just a growing business in our first year. So very pleased to be involved with the Telstra Business Awards as well. So have a look out for us there and vote for us if you can.
Okay, good on you. Parkhound.com.au. I guess it needs a critical mass for the whole thing to work, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. The more spaces, the volume is the magic sauce here. So
yeah.
The more we have on there, the more spaces we can offer and the more parking that we can solve for people.
Fair enough. Good to talk. Thanks, Robert.
Thanks, Angela.
See you later. Bye-bye. Robert Crocity, he is the co-creator of a new business called Parkhound.com.au. Coming up